the sexual survivors of Epstein's abuse did talk about that there were people working in his premises that did not come there freely, that had in some way been basically illegally brought there. And so I think that again, it shows the degree to which that elite, I don't even like using the word elite, but that oligarchic class will just unashamedly use people and objectify them to the nth degree, and with very, very little repercussion, very little recourse, and very little prosecution for it.
And the reason why there's not more outrage about that, you think, is simply that there are arrangements among wealthy people and among the media and so on not to bring this into a public view. And so again and again, apparently, there's a sort of interface between the crimes really gets sort of erased or misunderstood, like the crimes around child pornography or around procuring and then trafficking young girls, that somehow doesn't get understood as being part of intelligence and part of the manipulation of governments in order to get certain outcomes that are, let's say, desirable by the oligarchs or the elite, if you want to call them that. So it seems like this has been going on for a long time, and yet this case is a very big one, and one in which there could be sort of many participants who are exposed, and also perhaps many child trafficking rings that would be stopped, but none of that is really happening.
Exactly. And I think returning to the people who are working on the island and in other premises who could essentially be characterized as indentured servants, or being trafficked in a sense of slavery even, that not being covered by the media is yet another example of the type of thing that either they deem to be not important, or that that is just, I don't want to say covered up, but basically, if this had happened in a different context, I think we would hear nothing but headlines about it for months. But in this type of situation, it's something that, instead of being lied about, is just omitted or just not focused on as much.
When you say a different context, what were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking more, if you have something like, let's say, I don't know, that if somebody the media dislikes, like let's say that CNN gets hold of information that Donald Trump has indentured servants at Mar-a-Lago or something. Right. I think that would definitely be in the news constantly 24/7 for about a month. We would hear that, or it would be very much emphasized. Whereas I guess when interests are potentially going to be exposed that the media is friendly with, then maybe that isn't discussed as much. And I think basically seeing what the types of issues and stories the media does focus on, as well as those that they don't. It's both. It's not just the ones that they present or present inaccurately. It's the ones that they really do omit that gives you some sort of sense of who the media serves and
yes, and who's controlling the media. Yeah.
Right.